For me, it started over here in Lynn when I came over here when I was like 13. I used to see a lot of people roll around in groups, and they used to put a lot of fear in other people.
In Lynn, the primary gangs are the Bloods, the Crips, and the Deuce Boys. Those are the three kind of large gangs in the city. 3,000 gang members in a city of 89,000.
I don't know, all my cousins, everybody was soldiers, everybody was Deuce. There wasn't no like, think about it, it was just, you're already that.
When I was a young lad, my sisters were big into gangbanging and stuff, and I used to try to fit in and hang out with them.
Very, very subtle, man. I was becoming the very thing I didn't want to be, you know.
There was just always like aggravation and fighting in the household with my grandmother, my mother, and aunt. Everybody always fighting each other, so it was just everybody had an answer, and the answer was fighting. Little by little,
started wearing more blue than normal. That became my main color.
I was very much involved in some sports, basketball, football, baseball, all the little leagues and stuff like that. Pop Warner, I was involved with that. And then I moved the street over, and that's when it all really changed. A new group of friends. And then I just wanted to be part of this group. I seen all these kids riding around, all in the group, and it's just something I wanted to be part of. Everything was cool at first, and then a year or two later, everything went downhill. Always had this real hate for my rivals, you know. It was just the thing to do.
Well, I remember one time we were walking home from going to put in work. And we were coming back over here to the east, where it was our territory. That night, my friend was telling me, yo, because we always walked one of my friends home because he was always uncomfortable. Me and my other friend were joking around with him, like, yo, like, stop being scared and stuff. Stop being afraid, go home, man, it's late. Just go home, and we're gonna walk home. We don't want to walk you home today. So we finally gave in, and we were like, we'll walk you home. And as we're walking them home, I turn around and I see this group of people in red with machetes. You know, we counted to 3 and we just ran into a backyard and just started jumping fences. So they were circling around the block looking for us for a long time, so we had to hide for a while. That let us know, man, that don't walk nowhere alone.
Then I was 12 years old. Incident happened where some of the Bloods or whatever, they ended up giving one of my sisters a lot of E. And taking advantage of her and stuff. So she ended up dying that night, and I felt that, well, now retribution has to occur. We have to do something about this. When I was 16, 17, my other sister Sinsadi, she ended up shooting herself in the head and killing herself. So that's when my whole life just started downward spiral, and I just started trying to kill myself a lot. Started doing a lot of drugs.
I got shot, stabbed and stuff. So, and when you're in a gang, when you get shot and stabbed, people look at it as battle scars, man. You know, that's like a medal of honor.
You know, I got stabbed and all, and that still didn't, you know, show me the light.
I've been stabbed before a few times. You know, I lost my life once. They had to revive me.
The cops finally caught up to me. All the crimes caught up to me, and I ended up getting locked up. There, I was just all over again, gang and stuff again. I had to fight, prove myself. It was like being in a whole nother world in there. And I ended up, you know, going to jail, and I did some time. While I was in there, started same thing. Everything is a fighting situation. There's just nothing but fighting or whatever. So in there, I had to make another name for myself, just like out here. I had to keep fighting in there and prove to everybody that I was a tough guy. Every time I used to go to the hole, I used to feel aggravated that I was going to the hole, but there was a feeling of good. Now I could relax. I felt good there, and I realized that I felt good in there because I didn't have to fight in there. There was nobody I had to fight with. And I realized that maybe I don't want to fight all day. Maybe I don't want to be in the gang all the time. And they were talking about putting rivals because they had us on the gang block segregated from one another, the gangs. They had the Bloods on the top tier and the Crips on the bottom tier, and all the gangs in between. The gangs decided with Crips will be on the bottom tier with them, and the gangs decided with Bloods will be on the top tier with them. And you know, they were thinking about putting us together in one room. And I was like, that's crazy, because there's no way, man, there's no way. And they were talking about a lot of us, putting a lot of us together, and it's like, nah, that's not gonna happen, because we all got beef. Still got mad beef, man. There's still stuff going on in the streets. And they were just like, yo, no, we believe God's gonna do it. We believe it. And then they used to talk to us about it, and I was just like, man, you guys are crazy, man.
Deuce boys, Crips, Bloods all in the same room. You got 30 dudes in a room. It's crazy.
The Friday came when it was gonna happen. It was on Thursday night. Everybody was talking about who they're gonna fight and who they're gonna set it on. Everybody was talking about who they're gonna punch, and I don't know, I was just like, man, I don't wanna fight, man. I don't wanna fight.
We were in a circle, and so I don't know what he mentioned. He said something ask for forgiveness or something. Like, look at one another and just be open. That's what I got from it. So I had got into it with one of the kids there that was a Crip. I basically just put my hand out and said, forgive me. I forgive you. After that, we embraced, and it was a domino effect. Everybody just started getting into it. Everybody started apologizing. Basically, we swallowed our pride and just let our real feelings come out.
Feels a lot better. I feel good, man. It feels good, because that Ready for Life thing extinguished all of my enemies, you know, made them all my friends.
We knew right away that we had to build relationships and build trust with kind of people that were represented in those gangs in order to decrease violence and decrease crime and just really be able to give these young people a positive alternative.
You know, I saw the truth, and man, when you see the truth, man, like the lies, man, it doesn't stand, you know.
It's really getting to know people, knowing that everybody's human beings. We all have the same feelings, you know. Like, this is for playing basketball. It started off with us. I would come with my friends, he'll come with his friends, and then we would just play each other. And then months down the line, we started interacting and switching up the teams. So it would be Bloods and Crips versus Bloods and Crips.
If you treat these young men not as gang members, or if you don't dehumanize them, but you treat them as individuals, as humans, and you respect them, you take the time to listen to them and care about them, then they're just amazing, brilliant young men. We don't address it as if these gangs are these terrible, you know, packs of urban terrorists. You know, they're just young men, and we treat them like that, and they respond as such.
When I talked with Jerron while we was going to these meetings, I felt like we wasn't different after all, you know what I mean? Like, we was afraid of the same things, you know what I mean?
Young people have a need to be generous, you know, they have a need to give back, they have a need to have a purpose, and gangs meet that need. But so we understand that, so we create opportunities for them to serve, or for them to be generous. So every week for the past 7 years, we've been they voluntarily go out and serve the homeless, and they love it, you know, they enjoy it, and it's an opportunity. They're so used to being looked at as these awful, horrible people. It's an opportunity for them to give, and it's rewarding. Then they find out, oh wow, serving is rewarding.
I start college in the fall. I'm doing everything thanks to Straight Ahead, because if it wasn't for them, I'd probably be out there OD'd somewhere, or you know, probably dead somewhere, you know.
What they do here, what we do here, is inspirational. Me hearing about his progress, about Cisco's progress in jail, is like, wow, I can do that. That really inspired me. Hopefully I can do that for some of my little homies.